Right, this will be an interesting one. We've done heaps of these before. Right, how big we're going to make it, or should I say we're going to make it smaller? 70.7, that's the one. Okay. This user interface really pisses me off. No end. Contrast. Density. Sharpness. Saturation. Okay. Background colour. This has got lots of blues, so we're going to make this, I don't know if we're going yellow. I think we're going, actually, I'm thinking yellow would be good. Yellow's the happy colour. It'll take the blues and counteract them, so to speak. So let's see what it is. It is what I call a Snooty magazine. Posh, a bit much for the rich people like this ugly looking character. I mean, he just looks so fucking up himself and his fucking money. I'm just sick of money fuckers. You know, I live in a money fucker area and I don't feel like I really belong. So it's because it's just like totally posh and money fuckery. But this is where I live. It's got really good temperature. Strangely enough, I was brought up on the North Shore in a suburb called Forestville, not far from Chatswood. So yeah, and basically the temperatures are good, which means I don't have to run a heater or an air conditioner, and I can save precious funds on heating and cooling, which I just don't have the money for. But because we're living out here, we can avoid using too much electricity because of the heating and cooling. So yeah, if I lived out west, I'd probably either freeze to death or die of heat exhaustion, because it just gets too hot and cold out there. And so basically, yeah, I just don't want to die. I'm not ready to die at this stage. Hang on, what are we doing here? We're just going to add a little bit of that. We're going to just change this around a bit. But basically, yeah, I just can't afford to run an aircon or a heater, and I can't afford to get an aircon fitted anyway. It's too expensive, and it's not my place. It's housing department, which means when I move, I have to probably pull it out. I think I have to pull it out. And even then, even if I could leave it in, I don't benefit from it. I just wasted all that money on something I'm not going to use. But I'm going to get married, I'm hoping soon, and I won't have to live here anymore on my own. I'll have really good company. My future husband Luigi is really beautiful. He's a loving man, and he'll have aircon and heating, so we're probably going to move to an area not so posh like this one. So let's see how we've made this. Shit, that looks like turquoise. I quite like that turquoise effect. And it looks like this is the effect we're going to be using, this sort of similar effect. It looks better than this one. It's got a bit of, you can see the yellow has come out as well, a bit of the happy colour. So now I'm wondering if we're going to throw this on the pile, on our recycle pile. Oh, I just put something else in the wrong place. I put something else that was not recyclable on the recycle pile. So I just had to move that. So now we're just going to, I don't know how this is going to look. This is not the greatest thing we've done. We've made it really dark, so it's going to be curly, 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 which I really hate. So let's see. I'm wondering, we're just going to go here. We're going to get rid of this. I'm trying to decide whether we're going to get rid of this. Yeah, we're going to just stick it on 100. And we're going to remove the yellow. We're going to remove background colour altogether. The hue warmed up and made it turquoise, which is nice. So, wondering with the brightness, maybe we can just centre it. And if the red, we're going to keep the red. We're going to keep these settings, most of them. Let's see how that turns out. We can make this into a really nice mirror image. Okay, let's see how that looks. Yeah, that looks interesting. It's gone very green and very yellow. Looks like we just kicked the blues out of this one, and his face is growing pink, almost, or should I say almost magenta. But that looks really nice. You can see when things get a bit dark and backgroundy that you get iridescence. It's really funny, like in some ways it looks ugly because it's backgroundy, but then you get these flashes of colour in amongst the background and it looks really nice. And you get that when you get lots of backgrounding. So that's something nice, something interesting, different for a Snooty magazine, this local area. So let's see if we can make this look even better. So it's come up a treat. It looks a lot more interesting than the original. Now that's that one. And now we've just got to make 2 mirror images of this. So let's see how we go. So let's see, mirror images there. Got it, got it, got it. Here we go. Okay. Okay, let's see how this turns out. Okay, right. See if we can turn this Snooty magazine into something more interesting than the original. So just going to try and line these up neatly. Oops, we just nudged. Damn it, I hate it when I nudge things. Stupid. Fuck. It's not easy getting this straight. I just feel so clumsy with my fingers. Don't feel I've got really good fine motor skills, but anyway, it's not perfectly arranged, but I think we can call it quits. But that looks interesting, and I like the way the man's face sort of contrasts with the green and the turquoise, and the yellow just adds to it, so I think we can now call that one quits.